of the game, and we're just gonna go through it like there's no tomorrow. Just that was, if I was a first time neutral watching that game, I'd think.
Very, very good. I thought Lewis Skelly probably should have got man of the match. And Kai Havertz, as I said to you guys recently, is proving time and time and time again why he is Mikel Arteta's main man. The last 3 games, the Champions League final, the Charity Shield, and today, very good performances and 3 goals. Zolis didn't get his goal contribution today, but again was very, very good. And the fact that Declan Rice and Saka only really need to play 68 minutes because of the depth they've got to bring on the likes of Eberechi Eze, genuinely, I think they are a massive threat. Fair play to Coventry. Ultimately, you are up against the champions to keep it to 3-0. I think they did okay, but you physically can't get through that midfield. And bearing in mind, this is an Arsenal side where we haven't even seen Bruno Guimaraes yet. We haven't even seen Saliba this season yet, and we can only really take it with a pinch of salt because it is Coventry. But ultimately, the champions have started exactly how they would have wanted to. Make sure you go down, drop a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, as I said, because we have got a lot to get into. Now, let me bring up the lineup up on screen so you guys can have a look as well. Here we go. This, what I would say first of all is the depth that Arsenal have at their disposal. Before we get into Havertz, Saka, and and Odegaard's goals, the options they have on the let's look at the bench. Like Gyökeres not even involved. Neither is Max Dowman. And they've still got 3 of their starters out injured. But when you look at this bench, Noni Madueke starts from a...
The Premier League is back, but it kind of looks over already because not only have we seen Arsenal batter Manchester City, but we've seen them batter Coventry. And yes, Coventry are relegation favourites. It doesn't change the fact that Arsenal literally battered them, had the game put to bed at the beginning of the second half, could then rest and rotate players and just play in second gear to see the game through. The difference in quality was there. The step up is big for Coventry, but they got done dirty having Arsenal away as their first game because Arsenal was simply incredible. What the F was that performance from Arsenal? It was easy for them. It was never a game. It was never a contest. And I did not enjoy watching that. It was painful to watch because I'm trying to hate watch on Arsenal and they're so good. And Martin Odegaard, I said in my video 2 weeks ago, he is my one to watch this season. He's my player that I think is going to be maybe most improved. And he is delivering. But I want to talk about Ben White. I want to talk about Zolis. I want to talk about Havertz, Lewis Skelly, among many things at Arsenal. I mean, how did they get Solis for 35 million? I can see why Arteta is trying to get Martinelli out. The decision making from Solis, the fact that Solis can make decisions so quickly and make the right decision, it's such a good trait to have. I am filming this in a hotel room, guys, so I don't have my camera, I don't have my mic. I am kneeling on the floor because there's no desk in here, trying to film this video at a very awkward angle. But let's talk about the game because Arsenal look like champions already. And look, Arsenal favourites to win the league because every other Premier League club is in a transition season. But there's no Saliba, there's no Timber. Bruno Guimaraes is injured already. There was always, who could they drop off? Coventry haven't been in the Premier League for 25 years. They're going to want to give everything and make a statement. But it wasn't even a challenge. You know, we saw Sunderland destroy West Ham after they came up after many years. But it wasn't even a challenge. It was just simply too easy. And look, everyone will say Coventry.
Scary what they've just done to Coventry City. 3-0 win to start off the Premier League campaign, and Arsenal were absolutely scintillating. And you could argue that Concer's come in, brand new signing. He came onto the pitch today. Bruno G injured. Milo's a backup keeper. Zolis off the left is absolutely fantastic. But really, this Arsenal spine looks basically unchanged. A big start for Declan Rice when a lot of people thought he wouldn't be fit enough. Saka looks sharp. Havertz brilliant. Even Ben White, who a lot of people thought would be out of the door by now to a different club, had a brilliant performance. And I think Arteta has to take a deep look at the Ben White situation, because what he can do at right back is very, very strong with Bukayo Saka in terms of his relationship, and he caused one of the goals today. We're going to break down all the goals, some key things we learned from the game. Very keen to what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you subscribe. From the get-go, I felt that Coventry were quality on the ball. It was just about having the ball, and it always felt like Arsenal always had the extra man to pass to, always had the ability to keep the ball. And Coventry, of course, haven't been at this level for such a long time. They haven't even got a spine of players that are used to playing at this level. Coventry City haven't been in this division for a quarter of a century. So the story around Coventry City and what defines Coventry this season won't be Arsenal away, which is the hardest game in the Premier League campaign, quite arguably. I thought they can hold their heads up relatively high. Arsenal were just too strong, too good. And the first goal was absolutely brilliantly well worked from the left-hand side. Clearly, Mikel Arteta saw a weakness in the right-hand area of Coventry's defence, somewhere between that kind of the right-hand side where you look at Ewick, you're looking at Thomas, Onyeka in behind him as well. There was a lot of space there, and Calafiori whips a brilliant ball across the face of the...
I don't even know why. I don't even know why I even thought that Coventry might even have a chance. I don't know what it was. That was easy, innit? That was so easy. Welcome to the Premier League. Frank Lampard with your 3 wins in your last 25 games. That's insane. Smash the like, subscribe if you're brand new. Honest review of the game. And we're just gonna go through it like there's no tomorrow. That was, if I was a first time neutral watching that game, I'd think you're playing against kids. I'll be real. I'd think there's like you're playing against another team that's not in the league. Like the level difference between the Premier League and what Coventry's been playing all along, night and day. But to be fair to them, they came up against the champions, right? But they didn't even have Bruno Gomes on the field. But it's the fact of for me, was the change of football. So probably the biggest highlight out of all of that was not Zolis, even though he played really well. It wasn't none of the players. It was the change of football. Exactly what I saw against Manchester City was finding the gaps, finding the spaces, finding the holes. And the hole was always in that half space. Ødegaard was picking them up like bread and butter. Like it was simple. It was just every time he wanted to go into space and pop up this whatever 4-4-1-1 kind of block they had that they were trying to do low to mid to high. It was all over the shop. I felt like I was watching Ten Hag set up. Like, I'll be so real. And it's no discredit to the Silva and that back line, Thomas, some of their midfielders. It was just welcome to the Premier League. It's as simple as that. Every player on that field, I don't even think they even got out of gear 1. It looked like they even shifted down a gear by a half, and that doesn't even exist. I don't even know. Did Gabriel even sprint? Like, I think I saw one shot.